On the 19th of every month, we remind you to perform your self-breast exam and to call your buddy. Early detection is the key to saving your life if you've been diagnosed with breast cancer. One of the key ways to know early is to never miss your mammogram appointment. Today, we introduce you to Dr. Angie Slatton. She says her mammogram saved her life.
I'm well, I'm healthy. If you had not known me 6 years ago, you would never have a clue that journey happened for me.
Angie Slatton was 45 years old when she was diagnosed with breast cancer.
I truly believe that having that mammogram when I did was life-saving for me. I don't know what would have happened if I had waited 4 years, 5 years, and how quickly it could have grown. I was one that always believed in making sure that we had those early detections, and I was very blessed. Mine was only about 2 centimeters. That's one of the reasons that we were fairly aggressive with the treatment.
She was familiar with the disease, having lost her grandmother and 2 aunts to breast cancer. If there's any good news in this diagnosis, it appears that it stops with her.
I was blessed to be able to do the genetics testing, and it looks like that is not something that I'm passing down to my daughter or my niece.
Her treatment took about 2 years to complete and included a bilateral mastectomy and chemotherapy. During that time, Slatton says that her closest family, friends, and co-workers became her tribe, fighting along with her.
I had cards that were wrapped around my kitchen, and they were all hanging in sections of my kitchen, and they all stayed up until that final chemo treatment. And so every time I would walk out my door at my house, I felt that power and that energy of every single person who had made the effort to send one of those cards.
And when the day finally arrived that she could ring the bell to signify the completion of chemo, the chief and her tribe showed up in a big way.
I think that I may be the only person in the world whose husband brought me a beer to celebrate the occasion. He bought me a beer that's called a bell ringer.
Every day, Slatton has a simple reminder of what it means to be a survivor. You might not ever notice it, but for her, it's huge.
It's just simple, but it's not for anybody but me. I got a tattoo after my final, it's the only tattoo I have. It says, actually says grateful. And it's on my wrist because I want to be able to see it. I want to remember day to day how lucky I am that I am one of the lucky ones that came out on the other side of this, because I know that there's people who don't.
Well, you can see more survivor stories like Dr. Slatton's by going to our website, WLTX.com, and don't forget to call your buddy.